The first half, I think Van Dijk was outstanding. I think that's one of the best aerial performances I've seen from him.
Yeah,
Uh, I think, well, if you pick out the best ones, there's probably a few that are better, but this was immediately obvious that he's dominating those duels, that he was snuffing out the danger. And like you said, Liverpool were able to recover the second balls, recycle, reset, and take the sting out of the way that Leeds was trying to attack really, really well. Um, Interestingly, I actually thought that the moment at which Liverpool began to wobble in the second half was just before, a few minutes before the goal, actually. Leeds played long and Liverpool got their press wrong, and the middle opened up. And I think Leeds moved through the left and then attacked that way. But you could just see that from an innocuous duel around the middle third, maybe a bit further forward in the middle third, you could see every little element that would play out 3 seconds later. And 3 seconds is a long time in football. You could see, you go, oh, and I was watching it on TV and I just sort of put my hands to my head like, oh no.
100%.
And then that sort of phase plays on. You think, oh, Leeds have got a foothold here. And then the goal comes a bit after that. But just that little bit of weakness, that little loosening of the grip that we had on the game, and suddenly it had Leeds back in. But that first half was really, really impressive by Van Dijk. And I thought the way that the midfield was positioned relative to him was important to that. In the way that
we recently. Curtis was good, yeah, taking the ball off him.
I think we should say at this point, amongst the reason why one of the reasons why Salah was dropped, and so the consequence of what happened without him was that his position's essentially being filled by Dominic Szoboszlai playing a right-sided midfield role, essentially. Hamzah, yes,
yeah.
Very old-fashioned, actually, in a 4-4-2. You know, you can imagine him dominating down the wing as 4-4-2 for Kenny at Blackburn or something, yeah? Anyway. But the difference between Curtis Jones alongside Ryan Gravenberch, who had a very good game, by the way, in this match, I thought, Hamzah, versus Alexis McAllister, I thought was quite striking.
Yeah. I mean, even for the set piece, you can see McAllister gets monstered. I think because he initially starts blocking well outside the 6-yard box. I mean, I think he's 10, 12 yards out when Dominic Calvert-Lewin first engages with him. And you see the first push shoves him back 3 meters. Then the second one, his arms in his face. And then he contests the header, which eventually is scored for the equaliser at 3-3. Yeah, this is, well, specifically to that, I mean, what I would do in that situation, if I got pushed the first time, I'd fall over and I'd take the player with me. As in, you get pushed, but you just bundle them over, right? At the same time, you've been fouled, but you'll take them down with you. I think that's probably what Liverpool players need to do in that sort of situation, and just defending set pieces generally, right? Because opposition teams are going to push you. They're going to go 2 hands in your chest, in your face. Well, I think in that situation, if someone's pushing you with 2 hands, you're probably going to lose that contest unless you're Van Dijk. So win the foul, make a scene of it, bring your opponent down with you. But in the midfield, the game passed him by. He looks slow. Whereas in a few recent games, McAllister's looked sharp and added relief. In this game, he didn't.
Yeah. So Curtis Jones had a -2 possession control, which is pretty much standard for Curtis, but Ryan Gravenberch had actually had a +1. I mean, it's been a long time since Grouse had a positive possession control. And I just said the overall duel rate for the match was we won 50% of all the duels in the match, 58% of the ground, and 53% of the aerials. It's been a long time since we've had all those 3 things in our favour as well. So clearly, I think the fight was there, if you like, Rosy, from the players. The commitment was there. The weather was absolutely awful. We should all mention as well. It was like playing in bloody a storm of some kind. Walking through a storm. Yeah.
Well, and in Yorkshire, it's ironic considering. And in Yorkshire as well, there were people in shorts and t-shirt.
Obviously,
they had commitment to the cause. No,
It was all set up, wasn't it, to be a banana skin match, wasn't it? This,
and processing was a game that felt like last season when we were walking to the league title. It did feel like that. We're not conceding anything. We have got control. We just need to up a couple of gears here, create that moment where someone's going to be clinical. We've dealt with all the shit that's been coming our way in this match so far, the weather, the crowd. I thought the ref was okay. And then...
neutral foul balance in this match, Rhodesy. What is this witchcraft?
Foul balance. So I think it was 9-4 or something at half time to them, but a neutral foul balance. Not any particular controversial decisions either.
No. Just a normal match. Yeah, a normally refereed match.
A normally refereed match, and then it's that moment of game state. It's that crucial recognising. Yes, Kanate was brilliant and has been Ariel Jules.
I think we should say that in the first half, right? Kanate had a really good game, and I said he was good until he wasn't. I mean, he wasn't like Virgil was imperious, but no. I think Kanate was still good. He mostly had Okafor, whereas Virgil mostly had Calvert-Lewin.
Yeah. But it's the moment as a defender, and my brother was a centre back and my dad. The one thing you don't do to a player if he's going away from the goal is put a challenge in, because you don't need to. They're not going to score.
Just jockey him.
Jockey. You don't need to give the referee a decision to make.
So we get to half time. Not much happens either way. I think the XG was like 0.4 to 0.1, I think, at half time. Very low. Yeah. And then not long after half time, Rosie, we benefit from a Leeds mistake. A Leeds defensive error. So it's not only our defensive errors, but a Leeds one. And Joe Rodon plays a crap. Joe Rodon plays a crap ball inside, and then the first to react is Hugo. He's really good pace to get onto it, and then
superb anticipation. And calm, collected as he has been all season in these positions, it's kind of like the only player, maybe Szoboszlai, who did the same, who in that position you're thinking, he's going to score. There is no anxiety here. And we haven't been getting Salah in those positions. Can you remember the last time Salah was in a one-on-one like that?
No.
Was it? So...
Yeah. Well, we play with a centre forward now.
A chance he missed against City. That was the last time he did it, I reckon.
That's the one. The one, So, brilliant. Goal from pressing.
Yeah. We forced them into a mistake without pressing. Who knew? And Hamzah, Hamzah, straight away from the kickoff, we're on the attack again. I mean, was it a pen? Did it look a pen to you? And then...
I thought so.
Yeah.
Initially, I thought so, yeah. But given that, I don't think they actually showed any replays because of Liverpool scoring within 10, 15 seconds.
They were going to go back and check it.
Yeah.
But it looked like a close call for a pen, and then it breaks out anyway.
To the right.
Conor Bradley wins a 50-50.
And Ekitike makes a daring sort of lunge for the ball. And he beats... I think the goalkeeper's a little bit timid, to be honest. And he pays for being timid. But yeah, that's exactly what we want from the centre-forward.
Just getting into the 6-yard box, getting onto the end of things.
Jump in there, make that run. I think his runs are slightly different to Isak's as well, in that sort of space.
If I was being mean, I'd say that he actually runs.
No, I mean in the areas that he targets, I think, and I'm not a specialist in sort of looking at strikers' movement, but I get the feeling that Isak prefers to move back post more than Ekitike, and Ekitike is a little bit more of a front post attacker. I think.
Yes,
I might be wrong. That's my feeling.
If Sai was on and he was talking about Isak, he would mention that he is like half a player in terms of his physical output at the moment. So, it is a thing. Anything on Conor Bradley though, Hamzah? That's not something we've seen enough of from Conor this season, is it?
No, I think as with a lot of players, it's about giving them the platform to do what they do best, right? If he's going to have to play deep and build up a lot, you're not going to get that side of him where he's breaking and overlapping and crossing and combining. We've sort of used him in a strange sort of role sometimes. Often he is in the right half space, joining the front five. When Liverpool actually have settled possession, right? He's in the right half space in the front five inside of Salah. I mean, yeah, you kind of want Salah to receive in space, but Bradley's not the Wrigley guy to sort of receive, turn, spin in that half space and then release and either get a shot away or a goal. I think just having him in a more conventional attacking fullback position and role makes things a bit simpler for him, and that's where he can do what he's good at. But it's about the game context as well. It's not as simple as, Connor, we know you're good at overlapping, just do it. If teams are pressing Liverpool and forcing the ball to Konate and him, then obviously he's going to have to play through it as well. He can't just run off forwards and say, I want to cross the ball. No, that's not how it works. But yeah, it's about platforms and trying to make sure that the players can do what they're good at.
Yeah, is it? Does him being taken off? Is that a tactical? Because when does he get taken off? Just before the equaliser?
Yeah, but he
gets taken off before the pen.
Yeah, he'd had one training session, hadn't he? I think with Connor.
I know, but he gets taken off in 68. We make another defensive substitution, and then we concede 2 goals in the 3 minutes after. One of them on his side.
Yeah, I think basically, yeah.
Who of them? Both of them. Both of them.
McAllister and it does get worse after that double sub, unfortunately. Hamzah, Rosie's already talked about the pen. Slot afterwards said it came from a good place because he was trying so hard, he was so committed. It was a pen through his own effort. I can get that, to be honest, because he was literally stretching every sinew, but I don't even think Nonto was going to keep the ball in, was he?
No. And again, I sympathise with the idea as well, because there's times, I mean, take the PSV match. I think Van Dijk got done for a duel, and then a few minutes later, he goes in to win the ball, and he leaves one on the player on the touchline. He gets booked. Card. But the idea there is I want to really show I'm on top of this situation. I want to impose myself. And when you do that, you're a little bit more liable to make a mistake. And I think Konate here is like, we've done really well. I just want to show I'm on top here. We've been really, really tight. I'm going to clear the ball, get the man away, flick it out. And that's me imposing myself on the on the opposition, showing what I can do. That's not being That's not being sort of waiting for the opponent to make a move. That's not sort of being reactive and jockeying. I want to be the protagonist here.
Yeah,
I want to show what we can do. But in that moment, that was the wrong thing to do.
Yeah. Also because not least because the weather was so bad. He was kind of aquaplaning anyway, wasn't he, into the tackle? So it did.
And Bradley as well. He was booked, which made him a little bit of a red card risk, and I think that's also his 5th bookie, which means he misses next game anyway.
He's also suspended. Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Another headache. Yeah. So anyway, Calvert-Lewin emphatically smashes the penalty in, and then there's a really bad 3 minutes later, Rhodesy. This is a really poor goal to concede. Really poor.
Oh god. Yes, they combine. Is it the 2 subs? Aronson
Aronson and Stack. Yeah.
And then they play Stack, and it's not like he's allowed to move into the area. It's like the parting of the Red Sea, isn't it? We've seen that this season. It's just you couldn't. It's like the concentration goals. It's like the organisation and their natural positioning where they know they should be in these moments. You take off a right back, which is my point again, but you're saying, he's only had one training session. But all teams, even elite teams, when you make changes to crucial parts of something that was working so well for 68 minutes, because we can say until Bradley went off, we didn't concede anything. And then you do, and then not only do you concede this penalty, you allow such an easy, basic, like, what is it, a 1-2 and a ball and a dribble and a shot?
We allow him to come inside. Yeah, we allow him to come inside. Yeah. So I think that's the. I mean, I think CJ shied away. I think everyone saying he had a good game. He did, but I think at this moment he'd probably look to say, should I have stopped him coming in on his right foot? Probably. Is the answer.
Take him out. Yeah, just take a bucket.
Well, not take him. Yeah. Well, he was in the box, wasn't it?
Right. I meant the initial one. The initial.
Oh, sorry, yeah. Oh, sorry,
one
yeah.
Before we got
Yeah.
inside. Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, you can take the booking at that point. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But Hamzah, I mean, I said before we've struggled to react to adversity, but we actually go back 3-2 in front in this match through an absolutely fantastic team goal.
Yeah, the goal's brilliant, and this is so we've discussed briefly that McAllister, when the ball's in the air, he's not adding you much, but when the ball's on the floor, he thinks at a level that few others can.
Football IQ we always talk about.
Yeah, and actually, it starts actually a bit deeper with Curtis Jones. I think he picks a ball up near the centre back, and he fizzes it in. I think to maybe Gravenberch, and then that drawing the opposition forward a little bit, and then bringing into an attack. That's the slot goal, isn't it? That is the combination: draw an opponent forward, using quick, slick play, a little bit of improvisation and interchange to score. That's the slot goal. And it was a really beautiful, well-executed, excellent goal, under pressure as well. Imagine that.
Reaction against adversity.
Yeah, to play so well, right? To be perfect, then implode, and then reset. This is what tennis players are so good at, right? You thump three into the net, and you go, all right, focus. I'll do the next ball perfectly. And they did. They went, okay, we've got an attack. We need to score. McAllister does a step over. Szoboszlai gets the ball, and he doesn't even thrash it. He just calmly plants it into the bottom corner. That is elite players functioning at an elite level. I just wish they'd do it more often.
Right, the Reds, it's Jack here, and that was a clip from one of Anfield Index's audio podcasts. If you have enjoyed the video, make sure you do like, share and subscribe to keep up to date on all things LFC. We record around 100 audio podcasts every month, with our shows featuring match-going fans, top journalists, professional analysts and even Liverpool legends along the way, with the great Dane himself, Jan Molby, joining us every single week. If you want to listen to all our podcasts for free, head over to anfieldindex.com/podcasts. Our audio shows are available wherever you get your podcasts. Just search Anfield Index. Or if you prefer to listen to all our podcasts in full and without any ads, why not head over to AI Pro today to check it out now at AnfieldIndexPro.com. If you want to get involved in the great growing community of Liverpool fans, check out the Anfield Index Discord. The link is in the description. Do get involved with that from Reds around every corner of the globe. For now, Reds, hope you enjoyed this video.